And ending with some good news, a major boost to India's vaccination program. There is much that is dark, there is much that is negative about COVID. It's a virus that has killed so many people and the fight isn't over. But India has much to celebrate and we must recognize every bit of good news as far as the fight against COVID is concerned. Enjoy this report.
As India's vaccination drive shifts into top gear and as the country increasingly unites to get the shot, there's 5 bits of good news that every Indian ought to hear. After a year of uncertainty and gloom, every bit of good, inspiring news in the fight against COVID must be amplified. Here's the very latest. The first bit of good news is the 81% efficacy data of India's indigenous Covaxin, which comes as a huge validation for India's scientific community and the stringency of its processes. Something that had come into question just weeks ago when Covaxin was granted emergency use authorization by the government. The efficacy data shows that the decision to grant emergency use authorization to Covaxin was backed by sound scientific process and logic and comes as a booster shot of credibility for the regulator proven right in rolling out Covaxin. It's given India an almost additional 2 months to vaccinate its people. Otherwise, it would have taken around mid-March for the rollout. It's also the only vaccine in India where full stage 3 trials have been held in India. The second bit of good news is that India's vaccination rate is up and couldn't possibly come at a better time. India needs to vaccinate at least 13 lakh persons a day to meet its target of 30 crore by July. Yesterday, the vaccination rate experienced a very welcome burst, with nearly 7 lakh persons vaccinated in a single day, a pace that the government hopes will be maintained and boosted even further. The third piece of good news is that India is providing vaccines to its citizens at 250 rupees. That's the cheapest in the world. Of that 250 rupees, 150 is the price of the vaccine and an additional 100 rupees is to cover other overheads like logistics and hospital costs. This cost is as high as 2,000 rupees in other countries. The huge fight over costs in other countries is something India has so far completely avoided and undercut. And finally, the much-awaited nasal vaccine by Bharat Biotech will begin trials next week. This is a vaccine that will potentially boost vaccination rates in a big way. Currently, the centres that have been decided for trials are the Patna AIIMS, Chennai, Nagpur and Hyderabad. These trials will be done on 175 participants. With the world's biggest vaccination drive getting into its rhythm, it's important for every Indian to acknowledge the work of our scientists and healthcare workers in ensuring this monumental fight is acknowledged at every step. India must move faster, bigger and better. The fight is still very much on. Bureau Report, India Today.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.